YouTube or Flickr, we're really going to kind of tune in to how people are utilizing Facebook, Twitter, and also Foursquare and others to actually obtain their business objectives and their marketing goals. And it starts really with collaboration. You know, you can't really, you can have a great strategy, but if you don't have the right technology to deploy it and measure it, and the right type of people who are passionate about social media, you're not really going to be able to be successful. And as we move forward in the presentation, there's a lot to cover here, so that's one of the reasons why we're taking all the questions at the end. You'll note that each and every one of these brands and agencies utilize a specific technology to not only help them attain the goal, but also measure the path there, and create a roadmap, if you will. So again, what I want to say about collaboration is that it takes really great people who are very passionate about social media, who understand how to utilize the technologies for mutual success. So here's some of the case studies that we'll be presenting today, and I'm going to go into them in greater detail. I want to quickly hit upon just a couple of statistics if I can. You know, Facebook has 600 million monthly active users, up from 375 million last year alone. And that's 150 million Americans, or half the US population, right, that's actually utilizing Facebook, whether it's to connect or to contribute or to comment on something. And believe it or not, it's more than a quarter of the total internet users in the world. Twitter has 200 million active users, and the average right now about 600 million search queries per day, generating about 110 million tweets a day. You know, initially the joke was that you know, it was described as the SMS of the internet, but really the tipping point for it was at South by Southwest back in 2007, when the company was just at a year old. It really allowed Twitter to grow exponentially. And speaking of you know, location-based technologies, Foursquare, amazing company. In its first 6 months, it grew from just 200 users to about 1 million, and the milestone was reached very quickly. Twitter took years to reach 1 million. Right now, there are 381,576,305 total check-ins just as of January 2011. A check-in has been made in every single country in the world, and even in space. And email marketing, the other thing we're going to be focusing on today. I firmly believe that you cannot have a significant social media strategy or a marketing deployment without email marketing. When I sit with clients and they say, oh, we're not into social media, but we actually send out emails once a week, I say, well, actually, you're in it. You're starting to engage people in a conversation, even if it's just that you're informing them on what is happening within your organization. Email budgets, as it relates to email marketing, are still continuing to rise. It is still the foundation of all social media efforts for any organization, whether it be you know, a small organization or an enterprise. We're noticing that multi-channel organizations are more likely to increase their budgets. We're seeing a lot of B2B2C companies really utilizing email marketing to get to that consumer through their business objectives. And these are some of the companies that have been kind enough to participate in today's discussion. I also want to thank Shendo361, who was kind enough to create a lot of the creative content that you're going to see throughout the presentation today. So starting with Silverpop, boy, they're a really neat company that's grown just exponentially. They're also Georgia-based. They have roughly, I think, almost 400 employees with 1,200 clients, and they have a global footprint. Silverpop actually recently introduced their Share to Social feature, and I'm going to be highlighting that today in conjunction with Miles Media. So that you know, Miles Media is a publishing partner for destinations. They provide integrated online and print solutions for tourism clients. Most of the tourism clients are in 53 destinations around 19 states around the U.S., and they're 100% focused on the tourism market. Again, a great B2B2C company. Now, Miles Media took advantage of something that Silverpop was just new to offer, called their Share to Social function. Emails are sent out, the message reaches the intended participants in their email marketing programs, But because of the shared social function, it allows that person who's receiving the content to